checked in. Time to go set up the tent before it gets dark. Good morning. This is the view at my tent. Nice view looking down the valley down to Buffelspoort Dam. I hear some baboons barking, so I'm gonna have to be careful with my food and stuff. But yeah, let's get this day started. So I'm gonna head off for a hike now. I've just closed up my tent, packed a lot of things away into my car. I'm leaving out the chairs and tables and my camp kitchen cooler box. So my camp kitchen, I have a little padlock on there, just to keep prying eyes out. And also my big old cooler box, I've got a little padlock on there, keep things safe. I think everything will be fine, and I'll be gone for a few hours. And yeah, keep the baboons and anybody else out of it. This is the view from my gazebo. You saw the view from my tent. So this looks down onto the swimming pool. It's winter, I'm sure the swimming pool's freezing. But yeah, a lovely view from my gazebo. At the back of the campsite there's a little path going up, and a short distance up from this path is this reservoir. This is the reservoir that feeds the campsite. So obviously no swimming. That's the dam in the background. And then from here you can either go straight up the hill following the pipeline that fetches the water towards the grotto, or we're going to go left towards the slide pools. So it's about a short, probably 10-15, definitely less than 15-minute walk from the campsite to the sliding pools. This is the top of the sliding pools with the dam in the distance there. And obviously during summertime, the more rainy season, there'll be more water coming down, and there's some flat rocks that the kids and even adults like to slide down. This is one of the slides. It's got really slippery sort of black moss or something like that on it, and the kids slide down here on their bums into the water at the bottom. Very cool and refreshing. This place gets super hot in summer. And there's a nice little plunge pool on a hot summer's day. I think that's what's under my tent, about an inch under the soil, so I can't get my pegs in there. That's the grotto up there. We're going to go around the corner now. We're going to have to go through here. In the rainy season, a lot more water comes down. And obviously no swimming on this side of the collection point of water. So anywhere below the collection point of water, which is where at that sign that I was at a moment ago, anywhere below that you can swim in the water. But above that collection point, get down here. This is in at the back of the grotto. Nice and cool in here, refreshing, like a natural air conditioner. Very nice. Well, that was the grotto. I've just been to the grotto, heading back down the mountain, back to the campsite. It reminds me of a story from the grotto. About 20 years ago, we were camping down there, and we'd done a massive hike in the morning, and we got back in the middle of the day, hottest part of the day, sat down, opened up a cold one, and was just about to start drinking when there was a commotion. One of the rangers came running up and asked if we could help them, and three of us, along with those two, we ran up the mountain. Someone had injured themselves at the grotto, so it was a guy and his girlfriend, and the guy fell, landed on his head. Apparently he was concussed or knocked out. So we raced up this path that I'm coming down now, and with one of those mountaineering stretchers. When we got there, he was all dazed and confused. We loaded him on the stretcher and then carried him all the way down this mountain. Some little sections that we're going to come up here, we had to step down, was quite tough. And I mean, we were exhausted. It was so hot that day. We got down the mountain, loaded him onto the back of a truck, and took him off. I never found out what happened to him. I was back in the days before internet and cell phones, and yeah. But yeah, that's one of my memories from the grotto. Sure. Arrived back at my campsite. Everything still looks like it's been untouched. There's a chariot, cooler box. So I've been gone for I think about 3.5 hours. First thing to do, take off this little backpack, crack open a beer and just chill for a bit. I see there's a couple of kids down there, but that's what you normally do in summer after a hike. You get back and you head down to the pool and have a nice swim. So it's my second night, Saturday night. It's a long weekend, so I return on Monday. This is my tent. Need to switch off that light. Bit of a mess in there. I'll show it when it's cleaner. I've got a fireplace, got a bit of fire going, and get some charcoal on there in a moment. Nice view out into the distance. Lovely calm evening. I've got a little battery light up here hanging from the tree just over the fire so I can see what I'm doing. I have another light up here and a little charging station. This is just rope holding this setup up off the ground. I have another little light here. I do have more lights, but I don't need them. And then I have this light over my camp kitchen light. I have a potato, a nice big potato and carrots going there. I think I'm just going to pre-boil that potato and put in some of that tin foil and have a nice baked potato and an adult beverage. And I'm just going to sit out and chill and look off into the distance. Here's a breakfast trick. Beans on toast. Got the beans in there. Got the toast there. Breakfast win. Today I'm heading to the West Pools. Take a look out there. Lovely day. A little bit breezier than yesterday. Nice and cool. Oh, we got a flame. Where's my beer? It's like real brine. So this is the second one. It comes in a nice little bag, a little carry bag. Fire's dying out. Beautiful evening. Time for bed. Bed's waiting for me. Time to pack up tomorrow and head off back home. That's my main cooler box. Looks a bit rough, but it's solid, it's heavy. I made a little trolley for it, for moving it around the campsite and to the campsite. And it's a great box. It's winter, so it's a little bit cooler, probably getting up to the mid-20s during the day. I put ice in this thing on Friday morning. It's now Monday morning, and there's still ice in there. Nothing wrong with that. So this is the campsite layout. I was in campsite number 21, which is over on the side between those two cozy huts, and I looked down over the valley. I've often stayed along this side here near the ablution blocks, quite nice and shady. In fact, I've probably stayed in a lot of these campsites over the last years. So I'm nearly packed up, just the gazebo left. I like to leave the gazebo till last, just so it can protect me against the sun or the rain while I'm packing up. It's nice to have a shady spot until the end. And it's going on the roof, so pretty much the car's packed. But yeah, there'll probably be a little bit of a rattle from the kitchen box and a few things, but pretty much everything's packed in. All packed up, ready to go, looking good. So that drives just down to the bottom gate of Mountain Sanctuary Park. I have to press a code to get out of here. Didn't see any animals. I didn't see the giraffe, although I was too busy focusing on the car.